Here we are at part 5 of our trip. We're going to go back through the eluvians and continue our investigations. We're going to briefly run down this path to just check out this eluvian. We can't actually use it right now, but let's check it out for a moment.
Is something wrong?
This mirror doesn't look broken, but it's inactive. Maybe there's a way to unlock it.
Heading back the way we went last time, we can see that Sarah still says the exact same thing on the egg.
What am I supposed to do with that?
And there's a new path to follow up. This egg doesn't do anything, sadly. Kind of a cool statue up there, though. Head up here. This is actually taking us to a pretty cool spot. It's a old library, as you can see from the books here.
An eluvian marked by a bookshelf. This should be it.
Let us get answers from this Vidasala.
Some sort of old Elven library.
There are traces of some ancient magical catastrophe in the air.
Let's hope we can track down the Vidasala in all this.
As much as I am by no means a completionist, and I do not run around tracking down every single codex entry, one of the big things that I do love about this area is all of the codexes and the memories that you can read.
The Fade. Not good. I would rather be anywhere else.
There's nothing here you haven't killed 10 of and then looted their small clothes to wear on your head disrespectfully.
That helps a lot, actually.
Now, as we head over here, we actually do get to find something pretty cool. There we go. Sandal was here. Sandal is a character who appears prominently in both Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. He is never a party member, but he is someone that your Warden and Hawk speak to fairly often. Definitely a fan favorite.
Andaran Atishan, Methadra Elven.
More ancient Elven.
If you wish, honored Elven, I will speak so your guests understand. I am study. I am a learning thirst. Come, know what has not been lost. New words, new stories. The Qunari would not approach, but we learned their words as well. If you wish to exchange knowledge, they congregate by the lower gate.
What did the old elves use this place for?
This is the Vir Dethara, the living knowledge of the Empire. The libraries of every city, the wisdom of every court. A connecting place whose paths are in disarray.
What put this place into disarray?
The Vir Dethara was made with world and fade. When they sundered, so did we. Paths broke, knowledge fragmented, many were trapped. I preserve their last words.
What were these old elves' last words?
What happened? Where are the paths? Where are the paths? God save me, the floor is gone. Do not let me fall. Do not let me... On this spot, that is all.
I'm looking for a Qunari named Vidasala. Do you know what she wants here?
Vidasala, yes. She uses scholars and mages for study. They fear this place, but they seek to know the Veil.
What does Vidasala want to know about the Veil?
I regret I do not have more information. I am sundered from myself. If you discover another one of me nearer the Qunari, I may know more. Kindly give it my greetings. I have not thought with myself for some time.
I could learn so much about my people. What were they like? How long is our history?
I will try to recall Honored Patron, but there are gaps, breaks. Greetings, laughter, Ema and Nasal, forms out of air, light, memories. And yet there are so many broken parts at every... Missing. I cannot. There is no more. Apologies. I knew all once. We knew. With the break, only fragments or knowledge new since the fall.
We'll be going now.
Know this. An unknown person, not of the Qunari, recently woke the librarians.
An unknown person. Could this be our agent of Fen'Harel?
The librarians facilitated learning before the fracture, before the fall. Now, beware them. They are unwell.
There, Qunari. On that... upside-down island.
How are they not chucking their guts just constantly?
That repaired some steps. Let's look around for more. The inverted eluvian must lead to the Qunari.
So we basically have to wander around looking for eggs to repair stairs. They're probably not actually supposed to be eggs, but they look like giant glowing dragon eggs, and so that's what I refer to them as.
Interesting. The anchor is reacting adversely to elven magic.
It doesn't hurt when I cast spells. What's causing this?
I haven't the slightest, my dear. Keep an eye on it.
Now we run up these steps and slip through the eluvian again. More fun murals.
These Qunari are dead, but there's not a mark on them.
Look at their eyes. They died in fear.
We have another helpful spirit up here.
Welcome, welcome. Listen to the last words of those who lived past the fall. How could the dread wolf cast a veil between the world that wakes and the world that dreams? The Evenuris will send people. They will save us. When have you last heard from the gods? When the veil came down, they went silent. What is this veil? What has Fen'Harel done?
Are these records saying Fen'Harel created the veil between our world and the Fade?
That can't be true. Veil's always been there. No one made it.
Impossible. If there was a time the veil didn't exist, there would be some mention of it in human history.
They're definitely playing up how much this is the Dread Wolf's fault. Down here we have a very pretty library with several codex entries. As for why chapters of Varric's book are in a library that only exists in the Fade, I have no fucking clue.
Toward that upside-down eluvian.
Can we trust this magic?
It's a place of learning. Maybe this Vir Dathara is helping us find what we need.
Head back to that main room. Skipping a bit of running around, we are back at the courtyard.
Inquisitor, we must look at your hand.
The pain stopped.
It's worse, right? You need to not get worse. Please?
This area drove me nuts until I realized what you need to do. It actually has a bit of a puzzle to it.
More dead Qunari with terrified expressions.
So you have to head up this little ruin wall.
Welcome, and listen to the last words of those who walked this place. If we get out of here, I will end Fen'Harel. After he held back the sky to imprison the gods, the dread wolf disappeared. Lies. We must tear down the veil, the cities, the pathways. Without magic, they're crumbling. You're wasting your time. Fen'Harel's veil has turned our empire to ruins.
So, the ancient Elven Empire collapsed because the veil weakened magic.
If what we're hearing is true, this would have been a disaster beyond measure.
An empire run on more magic than we have ever seen. Perhaps it's best its little secrets remain lost.
This is kind of a two-part area. Basically, our next area, the one that we're walking into now, has a puzzle. But in order to solve it, you have to come back to where we just were.
Look at all of this. What a pity.
You mean the library or the books?
Actually, I meant the elves. To build an entire empire on the foundation of magic.
They couldn't have known that the magic would one day dry up.
The elves trusted completely that the world as it was would never change. This rubble is the legacy of that trust. Empires fall and regimes change, Inquisitor. Do make sure you're still standing when the dust clears.
This is our puzzle hint. One of the new things that our anchor can do is that when we activate it, we can pass through that blue-purple fire of death. So now that we've climbed up the wall, we can see that the veil fire is required. Only there was nothing that had veil fire. So we're going to have to jump back down. To solve the puzzle, we have everyone hold at that eluvian and then head back up. Do, 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 do. Keep going. Activate the anchor. Run through the creepy death fire. There we go. Come on, come on. So now we're gonna push that button. And see how his eyes glow? Perfect. Now we switch characters and run back through the mirror. Dun 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 dun. And run, because this is actually on a timer and will stop, so we're just gonna jump down, grab the veil fire from our creepy skull guys. Yay! Head back up. We're running, we're running. Back through the eluvian. Our Inquisitor is still up there. Have Sarah knock off a few shots just to get her to drop the veil fire. Pick up the veil fire with the Inquisitor. Activate the anchor again. Run back up. Back over to our statues. Light the fire. There we go. And now we can get the loot between the wolf's paws. Yay!
That should be enough stairs. Let's see if we can reach the inverted eluvian now. They're the librarians.
Shit, shit, shit!
Now that we have all the bridges that we need up, we head back through the eluvians. And voila, And still carrying the Veilfire.
Survivor of the breach. Herald of change. Hero of the South.
The Vidasala, I presume.
Wow.
After fulfilling your purpose at the breach, it is astonishing to hear you still walked free among your people. Your duty is done, Inquisitor. It is time to end your magic.
The anchor repairs tears in the veil. I would think you'd approve of that.
Is that all it does? Tell me, why hold your hand as if it's begun to pain you? I am no stranger to catastrophe, but this chaos in the South defies comprehension. The Qun left your people to curb your own magic. You've amply proven we should have stepped in long ago.
Is that what Dragon's Breath is for? Murdering our heads of state just to control our magic?
Do you believe closing the breach solved everything? That its consequences stopped there? The day we saw the breach, the Qun decided its action. We would remove your leaders and spare those who toil. This agent of Fenharel has disrupted everything. Lives that were to be spared, lost for him.
Who is this agent? Why do you think they work for the Inquisition?
Kill the Inquisitor, then follow me to the Darvarad.
I really want to find out how this plays out and how it changes dialogue if you had Iron Bull sacrifice the Chargers and you are allied with the Qunari. That keystone is what we need to unlock the eluvian that we couldn't get through, that we saw at the beginning of this one. More Qunari notes up here.
No wonder the Qunari translated notes into our language. It was for their non-Qunari spies.
I want to know how they know that the Veil didn't always exist, but we don't know that the Veil didn't always exist. And is this part of why the Qunari are so scared of magic?
These are Vidasala's papers. She brought mages here to research strengthening the Veil. It explains why the Qunari thought it was worth camping here.
Demons, dragons, and even darkspawn. Now Qunari. I wonder if we will ever run out of things to fight.
Dragons were the best. Well, until Qunari women were everywhere. Or like they are.
You are aware they're trying to kill us. Don't be distracted.
Just saying. Fighting's better with candy.
For the record, having both Iron Bull and Sarah in your party is
Visitors,
hilarious.
patrons, welcome. The halls are open.
Can you tell me where a Qunari called Vidasala went?
Yes, we heard much, although she fooled herself into thinking we could not hear. Take a keystone to the Darvarad. I will join you there soon and take stock of our remaining Gatlock powder.
I found a keystone with one of the Qunari.
Yes, and you need words for their key. Maras Nira. It glows. It will open the way to the Darvarad. May you find what you seek. In coming here, you strengthen the paths. I can now raise one, if you wish to go.
very helpful.
Was what the Elven called me. One who guides seekers of knowledge true. I was connection. One city could read the records of another. One Elven feel the memories of another. When the veil fell upon us, I marked the end of all they knew.
We've got to find the Starverad and corner Vidasala there.
And of course I fell off the bridge. Of course. Now we just pop through the eluvian to get back home. And by home, I mean the Winter Palace, so really, not home at all. But we got married there.
Your agents confirm there are Gatlock battles in Denerim's palace?
Yes, and in Valwayo and across the Free Marches. The Winter Palace is not the only target.
The Qunari are one order from destroying every noble house in the known world.
There is a bright side. Warning the ambassadors will remind them of the Inquisition's value.
Not when the Inquisition is responsible for that threat.
I take it you have new information?
The Elven servant handling the barrels confessed to working for the Qunari.
But the servant was Orlesian. That implicates Orlais, not us.
But the barrels arrived at the Winter Palace on the Inquisition supply manifest.
How are we supposed to fight a war when we can't even trust our own people?
Do you know who got the barrels onto the Inquisition manifest?
Yes, several of the Inquisition's Elven workers have gone missing. I had their backgrounds checked. They joined the Inquisition after fleeing the chaos in Kirkwall.
I remember when Kirkwall was at its worst. Many of the city's elves converted to the Qun, trying to find a better life.
And the Qunari turned them into spies.
The Inquisition stopped Corypheus and saved the world. We can't let an outside threat change who we are.
I fought to protect the Inquisition in this exalted council. And for what? So we could deceive and threaten those we claimed to protect?
Once we locate the spies...
This isn't about the spies. You hid the Qunari body. You've all but seized control of the Winter Palace.
We did what was right, not what was politically convenient.
Do you know what this has cost us with Orlais and Ferelden? They are planning to dismantle us as we speak. And perhaps they are right.
Shit, damn it! We save Ferelden, and they're angry. We save Orlais, and they're angry. We close the breach twice, and my own hand wants to kill me. Could one thing in this fucking world just stay fixed? I need to get to the Darvarad. You can all fight amongst yourselves once I'm back.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Would you like us to inform the Exalted Council of the danger?
Yes. If we fail, the Exalted Council needs to know what happened.
I will inform them personally.
Leliana, I can...
No, your job is hard enough already. This is my responsibility.
I'll have guards ready at the eluvian, in case the Qunari attack the palace.
Make her watch over you.
I love how Cullen will just hug you, even if you just went off on a huge tirade of profanity, and yeah. I do wish that there was a separate cutscene where you could speak to your romance again about the fact that you might be dying, but oh well. We'll end things here for this video. In the next one, we are going to go into the Darvarad and follow the Vidasala.